Hey guys, just wanted to show you some wind watts here with everything I got. What I did was I took the two Sun Gs and I'm pumping them into one watt meter right now. So on the top left is the watt meter, on the top right is the voltmeter, and on the bottom square there you see the wind speed with the wind direction. My wind meter does not update every few seconds. It does about every 3-4 minutes and takes the average of the wind. So what I'm going to do is let this run a little bit and show you what you can basically expect average of using 3 turbines to get low wind production as well as high wind production. So we're about 11.4 right now. Took an average. So what we need to do is look at the highest wattage, and when we see the highest wattage, when this thing changes over, it'll take the average wind speed. So we'll match the highest wattage to the highest wind speed average, and that should pretty much give us an idea of where we're at. The other thing I want to point out real quick is if you notice the voltmeter, it's right before 12 volts. Now if we get a good gust here, you'll see that meter, even at 200 volt or 200 watts, will not get past 12 volts, and that's because these grid-tied inverters that are for wind rated only are designed for this. If these were solar inverters, that voltage would get right through the inverter quick, and you wouldn't have your amps and you wouldn't have your power. And this is what I've been saying a lot on a forum about, trying to tell guys, do not use these, you're wasting your money. I don't care if it says solar and wind on them, they do not work for solar and wind. If it says solar and wind, it's for solar. Don't be deceived. Get the Sun G 500 grid-tie inverter with a dump load. That's what I'm using. That's what works. I tried testing the other solar inverters, and that's exactly what I came up with. The voltage just goes right through them. If you want, you can use them. It's up to you. If you want to, not get your more bang for your buck out of your turbines, then go ahead and use them. And when you start blowing them up, don't say I told you so. I already smoked about 7 of them, not listening to my head, and I can tell you from my own experience that they don't work too good. But these guys do. Now we'll see here with these low watts. As you know, we're down about 7.6. If it stays down in this low range of 12, 10 watts, and it changes again, 11, 13, that should give us a pretty good idea of what my low wind startup is. But since the watts are going back up, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Hopefully it'll stay this way a little bit. I want to show you guys the low wind watts you can start getting, which is totally key for wind turbines. If your turbine don't start producing till 15 miles an hour, it's time to get a new one, guys. Now we're getting up to 119, 122. We had about 10, 13 watts, so we'll see if that 10.7 drops even lower. It would give us an idea. Sorry if this is boring you. This is the only stuff I have that I can really show you what exactly is going on in real time. No gizmos or gimmicks here, man. This is all the real deal. Looks like things are starting to ramp up a little bit. And by the way, it's about 7 o'clock at night, which is what I love about wind. getting it at nighttime when the solar's not producing. Unfortunately, it's kind of rare that I get a lot of wind at nighttime. Again, on the upper left corner is the watts. Next to that, on the right top, is the volts. And you can see where the wind speeds are. 13.0 right now. Again, remember, it updates every few minutes, so it's not the most accurate tool to use, but that's all I got. Down 7.6. Alright guys, well, you kind of get the idea. Hopefully one of these days I'll get a more accurate wind meter that can really show you some serious detail. But basically that's what you can expect with 3 turbines out of them wind speeds and wattages going back in your home. The nice thing about it is the low wind speeds are awesome because no matter what, man, it's spinning and it's making something. It's better than waiting for 12, 15 mile an hour winds before the thing even turns to do something for you. So that's my whole theory on all this anyway. I'm a big fan of getting out the low wind watch first, and then everything after that is gravy, man. Everybody makes power to 15, 20 mile an hour winds. That's a given. Trick of the trade is to get this stuff down around where it's at now, because this is a more common wind speed you'll always have rather than 12 to 20 mile an hour winds. This is where you want to be. This is what your system should be producing around these wind speeds. Thanks, guys.